Welcome to this week's Whole Wheat Costa. We were delayed about 10 minutes because I couldn't find my password. So today we're not drinking Miller Lite. I stopped Kev from walking to his father's house
Yeah, I was
to
gonna
go
get more
get
Miller
Miller
Lite.
Lite.
There's still some
But
there. Nobody's drank it.
We're podcasting in the same studio because I'm
Yeah.
too. I worked this weekend again, so I was too lazy on Saturday to move. So I laid in bed most of the day, and then Sunday it was like too nice to like do shit. So we're still in there in the original studio.
Yeah, how many of you guys are disappointed? You were waiting for the grand reopening of Whole Wheat Costa.
So I haven't had a Samuel Adams in probably 10 years because it was one of the worst beers I've ever had.
It was the cherry wheat though.
Yeah, well, I've had the Boston Lager before
Yeah.
too. So tonight we're gonna drink Sam Adams. So
All
let's see what we think.
I just clinked my microphone.
Well, you got to drink first so we don't have like dead, So
It's fine.
okay, hold on.
Yeah. I didn't look up any facts. I wasn't feeling the beer facts. That was like a whole chug of Sam Adams.
That's how you drink beer.
You're really getting the full
It's actually
experience.
pretty good.
I feel like you guys missed the best banter of the entire thing though. Like we did it before. We were trying to figure out. I bought a new adapter.
So we
Yeah.
have better sound quality through
Yeah.
our headphones.
I think we talked about it last week. Not that you guys will hear any better, but so we could hear better. And it turned out to be a mono adapter. I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently, there's little black rings on the end of the adapter. If there's one, it's mono. If there's more than one, it's stereo, which makes sense. So we plugged a mono adapter into a stereo thing, and you get just the one headphone side, the one earphone. So
Yeah. So it wasn't like crackly or anything, but it was nice. But just out
yeah,
of one headphone.
it didn't sound like what our voice is supposed to sound like to ourselves in the headphones. So
Right.
It didn't really solve our problem.
Yeah. So sound effect.
Oh, yeah. This is the adapter. This is them. They're you can hear how mono they are.
Yeah.
It didn't really work.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll keep them in case 10 years from now we run out of other adapters, and then we can use these for a day.
Did I tell you about the 18-pound piece of beef that I got?
No,
Okay, so a couple weeks ago I got this
I felt like it was gonna be a penis joke, but
No.
it didn't turn out to be that way.
rib roast, right?
Okay.
So we do these. They're called reefer trucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's the heater or air conditioner. It depends on like what temperature you need your load.
Mm-hmm.
This guy showed up. Oh, the load we needed was also more innuendo.
Yeah.
The guy showed up and the truck was at 0 degrees and we needed the truck at least like between 41 and 90. So
Yeah.
we try to keep it on 60, 70, right in the middle. And he shows up. He's like, "Hey man, I have this ribs back here. You want them?" And I'm like, and I thought he was joking
Yeah.
because it was right before 4th of July,
Yeah.
like a week before. And I'm like, haha. And he's like, "No, I'm serious." And then I open up like the garage door,
Hmm.
and there's a rib roast. And I weighed it on the scale at work, 18.7 pounds.
Wow.
So I went to so I brought it over.
Where'd you
and
even cook something like that?
Hold on, I'll get to it. So I let it thaw out because it was frozen.
Mhm.
So I went to Walmart, got a hacksaw,
Mm.
cleaned the hacksaw with like vinegar and everything,
Yeah.
soap, water, vinegar.
Like they would clean the slave ships.
Yeah. Is that supposed to be racist? Because the black guy gave it to me.
No, it's just really that's the vinegar fact I remember learning in high school
Oh.
that that's how they would clean out the slave ships between loads.
So I cut off. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's my association.
And they
with
use the
vinegar.
word loads too, like their
Yeah.
cargo.
Yeah, I mean that's how they
That's
saw 'em
real
at that
bad.
point. Yeah,
Anyway, so
it was the triangle trade.
yeah, they didn't want the ships dirty for like the onions on the way back and the tobacco.
Probably yeah, probably makes sense.
So I go get a hacksaw, and I cut five porterhouses out of it. Five giant porterhouses.
Wow.
Then I had a giant roast. It was probably 8 pounds.
Yeah,
But on the back end of that roast, I cut out the fillet.
yeah.
So it was like a 4-pound fillet.
Mm.
Maybe 3 pounds. I don't know. But it was big. It was a big fillet roast.
10
right?
days later, you have the gout.
Yeah. No, gout is carbohydrate based.
No, well, it's from uric acid, just from animal proteins.
No, I hear it's carbs.
It's from animal proteins.
Anyway,
We talk about it with kidney stone folks all the time. Yeah.
so I had this fillet. So last night I seared it,
Yeah.
and then I cooked it for about 20 or 30 minutes in the oven at like 275,
Yeah.
and I cut into it. It was like fall apart tender. It was
Nice.
like one of the best roasts I've ever made.
Nice.
Delicious.
Oh, so that makes me think into I don't know why the end of that just reminded me of Allison's current delirium. So
The rib roast was bigger than Allison.
it sounds like it. So I can't wait to, so as much as I complain about driving her to school because it's like a nightmare traffic wise, I can't wait for her to start school again because so you know like that character in like a movie or TV show that's usually like I'm thinking more in like a funny context where they've been at home for a long time and they show them and they're like and they have like the tinfoil hat on and they have like a bunch of charts up on the wall with like string tied between them and like they have crazy theories. That's Allison out of school. She's like losing her mind. And she doesn't even like she goes over like other people's houses most days. Like she plays with other kids, but there's just something about not having the structure. She's like losing her mind. Like so today she like freaked out because Kelly made chicken for dinner. That's what made me think about it for some reason. She made chicken for dinner and then Allison like was like looking at it and she was like, "This looks like fish. I don't like fish." And we're like, "No, dude, it's totally chicken. Like it's absolutely not fish." She's like, "I think it's fish." We're like, "We're not lying to you. Like it's chicken." I don't know. Like it's clearly chicken. It doesn't look like fish in any way. That was just today. I think the craziest one recently was I don't know if I talked about this last week. So the stormtrooper that
you told me off
Yeah.
mic, the stormtrooper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So JD has stormtrooper in his apartment that when he was trying to pack up everything he wasn't going to take with him. So he's like, "Oh, you want to take it for Sam?" I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. Sam will like it."
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Condo.
What's that?
Condo, not apartment.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So I was like, "Oh yeah, he'll like it." So then we the next day we had it when we picked up Sam. We thought it'd be funny we put it in Allie's car seat because we didn't have her with us. And Sam got in the car and Sam's like, "What's that?" And we're like, "Ah, Sam, that's your new brother." And Sam's like, "No, that's a stormtrooper." And then we're like, No, it's your new brother, Frank." And then Sam's like, "No, that's a stormtrooper." And then we're like, "No, it's a stormtrooper costume. He's just wearing a stormtrooper costume, but it's your brother, Frank." And he just like laughed about it, like didn't talk about it anymore. Except, and then
he got tired of the joke before you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, "Yeah, whatever. Give me something to do."
Yeah. And then we did the same thing with Allie, and she was like freaked out by it. I guess because we were so insistent that it was a real person. She just got like, again, in her current paranoia state from not having enough structure. She was like really freaked out about it. Like she even said like after like 10 minutes of us saying it's Frank, she basically was like, "You guys are really freaking me out." And then we were like messing with her. We like told her it was like over her aunt's house, and then she like made us call her aunt to find out if it was there because we said he was sleeping over. And then she was like, and then of course she answered, she's like, "What are you talking about?" And then like we're yelling in the background, "Oh, Frank, Allie's brother." She's like, and she basically like, "Yeah, you guys are fucking weirdos." Yeah. And we're like, "No."
Hangs up on you, like locks the door, asks for your key when you come over.
Yeah. And then we told Allison that she just didn't want to hurt her feelings. So she knew that Allie wanted to sleep over. So she of course wasn't going to say Frank was there sleeping over. So I mean, I guess we really tortured her with it for like a couple weeks now. Yeah. And
like any good parent would do, you just torture children.
Exactly. And then every once in a while we'll say about how Frank's our favorite kid, which like really pisses off Allison, even though Frank's clearly a plastic stormtrooper. And then Sam now has picked the joke back up, and now he always tells Allie how he likes Frank better than her.
He's only 3.
Yeah,
it's great.
So, but yeah,
when is Sam's birthday?
November.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Yeah. So he's like closer to 4 than 3 now, I guess.
Yeah. What's it called? Speaking of birthdays, like I told you, and probably on the podcast that like I'm going to Italy for my birthday.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's 2 Mondays, so we better record like 2 in a row. Anyway,
we'll record.
No, actually, it's only 1 Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only 1 Monday.
So we'll record right before you leave.
Yeah.
Like I'll drive you to the airport and we'll record in the car.
You'll drive me on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
To the airport. So, what's it called? Shit. Forgot what I was gonna say.
You can call in from Italy.
Yeah, I'll call. I'll go on from Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, so I asked Rachel. I go, hey, how much do you think like I should save? Now this is like 3.5 months away. This is
Mhm.
October, four
Yeah.
months. Hey, how much do you think I should save for?
Yeah.
Like I just bought a car and I'm going back to school, so
Yeah.
I was like, no. I was like, I could do 700, like if I push it.
Pick up that new job real quick.
Yeah, I'm hoping that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Um, it's an interesting thing. Somebody I follow, and because you always hear about this sort of stuff happening, but you never really think about it. Somebody I follow on Instagram, the bad science chicks person. Actually, she posted something recently about how I guess on her live, like on her like personal blog or whatever, she like posted something about like looking for new jobs. Then she basically posted like, apparently since I posted I was looking for a new job, I now have to look for a new job. Like, I guess she got fired or whatever. Because you don't think about it too much, like the stuff you say like online,
Right.
especially like in your personal space. Like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm just in healthcare and stuff, like a little careful about what I say on here. Like, I have some stuff. Like, I have some thought. Like, I don't know. I have some interesting story. I mean, I always have interesting patient stories, but I've never talked about any of them.
HIPAA.
Yeah. I mean, even in like broad terms, like stuff that wouldn't be really HIPAA violation, I still don't really like to talk about it. Unless it's something that happened like a long time ago, I feel like it's like more fine to talk about it.
There's like 4 things at work I can't talk about it
Yeah,
because those are like classified.
yeah. Or like we were like, there's well, I'm not in management anymore, but I used to be. But I feel like there's been like when we were doing job interviews and stuff, you see some real crazy stuff, and like but that stuff I would never really talk about on here because like you never know if the person can be like, they didn't hire me, now they're like making fun of me or something, um, but yeah, I totally forget my point. Oh yeah, about the stuff you do online. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a little scary that even like if like I feel like I never post anything funny like on Facebook or anything because it's just not worth the risk of like somebody not finding it funny and reporting you. And
For some reason, I only post the podcast. Well, no. The reason I only post the podcast, like people can listen to the podcast, but like employers, I don't think are going to go out of the way and listen to the podcast.
yeah,
Excuse me. But I don't post anything anymore, like real serious or like like that could like harm me.
Yeah.
Like especially no political views.
yeah,
Like the other day, I did post something like it was like 138 days till midterms,
yeah,
which I'm excited about, and that's not like political, but
yeah.
like I think midterms are very important.
That is part of the problem, though. It's like a little dangerous to post like stuff like that, even political opinions that are like, serious opinions on social media because you never know like what negative repercussions they could have, which is a shame because I feel like I don't know. It goes back to the whole like social media bubble of like you're only seeing stuff that like supports your opinion, so it just reinforces what you think, and you never get challenged in any way. Just because of the algorithms on social media now, but it reinforces even more because now even a less diverse group of people are going to be posting their opinions about stuff. I mean, I feel like for me, and I mean, I do it, I guess, every once in a while, but I feel like I've like posted stuff that I thought was like pretty well reasoned out and like pretty benign stuff that like people like jump down your throat about, and it's one thing if people like challenge you argument wise, like I'm like, that's fine. Like I remember I posted some stuff about the soda tax, and like we had a whole like 40 comment argument about
Hey,
it.
didn't it turn out you were right?
I mean, I was right. But the people that were arguing at least were like, I think, making valid points. Like, I didn't agree with them, and I still didn't agree with them after the argument.
Right. If you're gonna argue with me,
Mhm.
like a serious argument, like if it's like Skittles are better than M&Ms, like
Yeah.
that's fine. That's all the point you need. Like you
Yeah.
like Skittles better than M&Ms, you're wrong. But that's all. But like if you have like differing opinion, like if I'm like Trump's an idiot, and someone's like, no, Trump's the best. Tell me why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me at least 3 good reasons, and then I can have a discussion with you. If you're just like you're wrong, I'm just gonna be like, no, that's not how you have an argument. Stop arguing with me.
Yeah. So I think that's my problem with social media. Is that's what it's come down to. The only people that because of how toxic either how toxic or how like that bubble effect it is, depending on I guess your particular social media experience. I feel like they're the only people that share opinions now. Are the two camps of people that don't have well thought out opinions and are either like this sucks or this is awesome. Like there's no like, hey, let's have a discussion about the pros and cons of this thing.
Oh, I had a argument. Oh, by the way, I got in two arguments with the same person.
Mm.
Well, actually, he just yelled at me. But the first argument was like I was talking to somebody about it.
Especially
and
just played dead.
Yeah, and he goes, you two fucking liberals, you don't know what you're talking about. And he said the words fake news, right?
Yeah, fake news.
Yeah, and I go, how they fake news? And he goes, blah blah blah. And I go, no, these are literally things Trump said, and you can't take them out of context because the context around them usually makes them worse because he's like not well spoken. It's like he repeats something in different ways, it's the same thing, and then he says something ridiculous, and then he repeats he reiterates the 3 points that he made before that point.
Yeah.
So it's like it's things that like it's not fake news. Like these are things you can find on YouTube. Like you can watch them live. Like it's all crazy shit, that he says. And it's like, no, you don't understand. And like they try to argue it. Well, what he meant by that was, and it's like, well, it's like fifth grade language. He didn't mean anything by it. He just said what he said.
Yeah.
And like I can't give you any good examples because I don't want to. But like you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and it's like the people that like he argues that, and it's like, well, he was wearing his blue suit today, so it's like, and it's like,
He's
hey,
in a blue mood.
Yeah, he's in a blue mood. Hey, you're talking to the wrong person. I'm not that liberal of a guy. Like personal wise, like I don't care what people do.
Yeah.
Like they can do what they are. But I'm not a PC person. I don't think the world should be PC. Like they should be able to say what they want.
Yeah, I think we're both like libertarians basically.
Yeah.
So.
Like conservatively, like I want a conservative budget,
Yeah.
but like people can do what they want, but also I think the other camps should be able to say what they want.
Yeah.
It's like I'm pretty liberal on either side, so don't get that confused. But I think it was like Thursday, a guy comes up to me and he goes, you hear Chuck's out for a hernia? And I go, just like I'm busy, I'm doing work, like I'm busy, like in like real tongue in cheek. I go, don't you have to lift something heavy for that? So I forget all about it. And then the dude comes up to me. He's like, you're a fucking asshole. You don't know what you're talking about. Blah, blah, blah. Like he just starts cursing, calling me names and everything. Well, what are you talking about? He's like, leave your goddamn comments to yourself. But he talks shit on everybody, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is crazy. So then my boss comes up to me and he goes, hey, man, did you say this about Chuck? And I go, did you hear what he said to me, like, to open the conversation?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, you address that first.
Yeah.
And then come address me. He's like, oh, I don't want to touch that. And I was like, okay, then drop this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Valid.
Like, did you hear all the cursing? Like,
like
people were standing, and I had no idea what he was saying to me.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, I was like, I forget about it. I was like, you address him in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Then come see me.
Yeah.
And, like, he's like, all right, case closed. He, like, even did, like, the clean hands thing. Like if you're gonna come address me about something so innocent, then like when everybody's stopping staring at someone cursing, address that first.
That's always the way it is, though. It's the person that like talks the most shit that always has like gets their feelings hurt really.
Easy. It's you play games. Yeah. It's a glass cannon.
Yeah,
super powerful, but like a pinprick.
You should have responded like fuck Trump.
I just responded. I don't know who you're talking to. Because someone had to explain to me what he was yelling at me about. Yeah. I was like, and he wasn't even out for a hernia. He was just like out for the day, like down the shore.
Yeah.
And I was just, that's all I said was, don't you have to lift something hard? Or don't you have to lift something heavy? Like
that's pretty benign as far as comments go.
And I think like anybody that works with anybody else, like doesn't think another person's like works hard.
Yeah.
Like I think that's like, that is the joke of any workplace. Like there's two guys I know that work way harder than me, and I would never make that comment about them.
Yeah.
Actually, I would make worse comments because everybody knows they work hard.
Yeah, I would say, again, just from being back and forth between management, not management, and being like a charge nurse before and stuff, like I feel like that's probably the biggest hallmark of like a good workplace is where like not many people think that way. Like I feel like the average workplace, some people think like they work harder than everybody else. I feel like a bad workplace, like everyone thinks they work harder than everyone else, and I feel like a good workplace, everyone feels like everyone like does their share. I feel like is like the number one thing that like I've seen that like you can tell like what's going on somewhere.
Yeah, we don't have that workplace. Everyone
Yeah.
thinks they do the best job,
Yeah.
except me and like a couple other people. Other people have told me I do a great job,
Yeah.
but I do my job,
Yeah.
and I'll go like above and beyond, but I don't do enough to where I feel like I'm going above and beyond. But like I think the work ethic for like 60% of the people is such a low bar. Like
Yeah.
I'll do something that's not my job for somebody, and they're like, "That's amazing," and then they like write me up for it, and I get like these star reward points.
Yeah.
We had last meeting I had, we had because I'm part of like an engagement team, like employee engagement.
Yeah.
Last time, over the last 6 months, there's been 150,000 star rewards point, 154,000 star rewards points in the last 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Well, this was like in May, so like that previous 6 months,
Yeah.
and 35,000 of those points were mine, like
Yeah.
35,400, and it's like, and that's out of 62 employees.
Yeah. So maybe I would say you probably numerically have a case there, but I don't know. But no, I want to back a couple steps because I was thinking this whole time we are talking about
Right.
that. But you said about Trump.
Yeah, it was like a work rant.
Yeah. About Trump. I think one thing that's interesting about him, you were saying about taking stuff out of context and all, is that it's really hard, like on paper, to put him in context because he has such a weird speech pattern that, like, like when you listen to him, it makes sense. You know what he's talking about, and like it's like pretty engaging the way he speaks, which I think is like why he connected with people so well. At least the people that he did connect with. But his speech pattern is like insane. Like when you like, I don't know if you ever heard anyone play like a part of a Trump speech like by like in like a monotone robot voice. It doesn't make any sense. It's like complete gibberish. It sounds like you just kept hitting the middle key like on your iPhone.
I've I've read transcripts just
Yeah.
for, like there's games out there like is it it's like fifth grader or Trump, like
Yeah.
games like that where you read them and like it's like a fifth grader writes a speech
Yeah.
and like Trump has his speech, but the president does have speech writers. I don't know why he doesn't use them.
I feel like I wonder if they just write stuff the way that he talks, or if he just like they write him a general outline and then he just goes off of it. Like he just doesn't want to read a prepared speech.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's what it is. Like he reads bullet points like our economy is the greatest. We have the greatest economy. Our economy is the best. And by best I mean the greatest. And you're like you don't even understand. If you look at a gold bar, you think that's the greatest. Our economy's better. Like it's that kind of stuff. Like he tries to like keep adding on to like one point.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think him and Kanye West I think they tweeted at each other like appreciative things.
Yeah.
They kind of talk alike.
Yeah. It's like between like a succinct storyteller and a long storyteller.
Yeah, I feel like you're segueing into my other point, but but I'll talk about that in a minute. But they but yeah, it's like really strange. They like interrupt themselves all the time and stuff, and like can't finish the thought, and then go back to an old thought, and like all is a big ball of like different sentences coming together.
Like this podcast?
Basically, yeah, yeah. I feel like I might talk a little bit Trump like, but yeah. Oh yeah. So I don't know. I just had this observation. I was driving into work today, and I was listening to, so sort of a really specific sort of arcane topic, but I guess what's that? Oh,
I thought of something that I just thought of something. So you keep going.
okay. Which I guess my explanation for why I was interested in it was, and I probably talked about this in the air because it was my favorite like extra history series. It was about hunting the Bismarck. So like the giant German battleship in World War II. It's like a really cool story. And one of the points in the story when the extra credits guys told it was about these basically like World War I like tarp, like cloth biplanes
Canvas.
Yeah, yeah. Like basically tried to torpedo.
The canvas. It was basically it was canvas. They put a real sticky paint,
Yeah,
and then they put another layer of canvas to like basically matchstick frame to make it light as possible
Yeah.
because the motor was like super heavy, and then they would paint it like gray for the sky so it would look like steel, but like one bullet would rip through the entire thing.
what was the thing? So it's basically, I mean, basically like one step up from like the Wright brothers plane, like the old school, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, like biplane. And they so essentially like World War One technology, and they went up against this 1940s like state of the art like broke all the naval treaties like giant warship, and basically crippled it enough that then the rest of the British and U.S. Navy were able to catch up to it and destroy it.
You mean the biplanes crippled it?
The biplanes,
Yeah.
yeah. So so the in the extra history story they had like two lines that basically said like, well, how come like these shitty little biplanes were able to cripple this giant warship? And the two line, and I forget what the exact lines were. I probably should have like prepared them, but the two lines were basically explain that the this is going to be an example of what not to do when I get to the point eventually. But the two lines were basically that they weren't able to shoot down the biplanes with the anti-aircraft fire because they were so old and slow that they were hard to target with the modern targeting systems, which weren't built for that. And that they were so like they were basically so like sort of delicately made that the anti-aircraft shells would just fly right through the plane and not explode. So they could take hundreds of hits and like not go down because nothing exploded. They just passed right through.
So this is World War II?
Yeah.
And they're using World War One technology.
Yes.
Did they plan it, or is that all they had?
No, that's just that it was basically the story, and it is a really cool story. Is that so it's before the U.S. joined the war in World War II. So essentially, it's a shipping war for the U.S. where they're trying to get convoys over to Europe to keep them from basically sinking under the weight of like the Nazi invasion and stuff. So at this point, German U-boats and stuff are are sinking the U.S. convoys. So it's just a sort of a match between those two, but the U.S. Navy isn't involved yet. So it's basically the British trying to protect the U.S. shippers. So then Hitler builds this giant capital ship that's like way bigger than any battleship ever built, and it's like this big symbol of like German nationalism. And it's essentially this detective story where like they're trying to locate the Bismarck before it escapes from like the northern oceans to like plunge down in the U.S. supply convoys and just like rip everything to shreds. So and basically sink England because they won't get any supplies from the U.S. once the Bismarck's down in that area. So it's this big like trying to chase the Bismarck. So essentially they had this aircraft carrier was like the only thing near it at one point, so they just threw it at it with these old ass biplanes. But anyway, so there's two sentences about why they were able to damage the Bismarck. I watched, and this has essentially become the same thing now. I watched a 12-minute video on that topic. It was this like German guy explaining it, and he explained like the anti-aircraft guns and the fire controller technology, basically like primitive computers that they had to like control like the targeting for the anti-aircraft guns, and the different types of anti-aircraft guns that they had, and why like each one would be ineffective against the swordfish, like the biplanes. But essentially, after 12 minutes of watching this video, I came away with those two sentences. So I just thought it was interesting, like, really good, succinct storytelling versus like, someone who, I don't know, who just isn't. I don't know.
What are those sentences?
Well, basically the facts about that the biplanes were so old and slow that they couldn't target them,
Right.
and the shells went right through the canvas without damaging it.
Right.
So
So I got two stories about this.
yeah.
The first one is like 2000-ish. A retired major general,
Mhm.
Marine major general.
Yeah.
He came out of like retirement, like semi-retirement,
Mhm.
to do like a war games thing with the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
And the guy, he used like guerrilla tactics. He destroyed like their biggest ship first. Like America tried to use all this technology, and this guy used guerrilla tactics,
Yeah.
and he destroyed their first ship. So anything they did after that, it's because like he knew exactly what they were going to use, and they used their technology first instead of like their brains.
Yeah.
And he knew exactly what they were going to do. So he disabled like all the shit that he would never use first,
Yeah.
and like they couldn't even come back. So
Huh.
one retired major general
Yeah.
destroyed the U.S. Army
That's awesome.
and Navy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like he destroyed it, and they were like, all right, so now we have to use like technology, and like old tactics. Like the point of the story is like maybe technology isn't always the best.
No, I agree with that. I've been thinking about that with baseball a lot recently. we're watching. It's in extra innings now. We don't know what happened, but a little bit at the end of the Phillies game.
And we'll never
before
know.
game one. Yeah, we'll never know. But the Phillies' current manager is Gabe Kapler, and he's an analytics guy. And we talked about him a little bit earlier in the season, but they're currently in first place, depending whatever the outcome of this game was. But he's still done some strange things, and he's had some guys in like prolonged slumps and stuff that probably shouldn't have been. And it's this issue of he's like totally 100% analytics guy, and seems to make all of his decisions based on what the computer says, like what the best statistical outcome is for a certain at bat or a certain matchup or whatever. And regardless of sense, like he has like young budding players that are like the futures of the franchise, like just playing all over the field and like whatever position the computer says they're best for that day. Like he has guys playing second base, then shortstop, then left field the next day, then center field the next day. Like it's something that you just don't do in baseball. And he's had crazy lineups. I think I saw a statistic like when the Phillies won the World Series in 2008 with Charlie Manuel, who's a staunch baseball purist.
Yeah, he's a pencil and paper kind of guy.
I think he had like 5 lineups the whole year.
Yeah, he probably can't use a computer.
Yeah, and Gabe Kapler has had a different lineup almost every day. It's just like whatever the computer says is the best matchup. And then my issue with it is that like I mean analytics obviously aren't bullshit. Like that statistical data means something, but you need someone who knows what it means. Like you need someone who's like both like an analytical expert and a baseball expert to like take the data and like apply it logically in a baseball context. And I feel like that guy's never going to exist.
So what you're saying is he's basically a baseball lover and an analytics expert.
Yeah.
Like he's not a baseball expert.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
So
you want to hear my second point
Yeah.
of the thing? So I've always been like a real succinct writer. I'm not a fluff guy. Like I can't add fluff at all.
I'm totally a fluff guy.
I'm terrible at fluff. Like I can't just add shit. So like my whole life, like I've gotten like either low A's or like B's because like they always give you like a word count or a page count or all this, and I always thought that was bullshit because like I feel stupid adding fluff. Then I had one teacher for 4 different classes.
Yeah.
And she said, I don't care about word count. I just want everything in there.
Yeah.
And I want it to make sense, and I want sight. Like, I want a professional paper, but you don't have to fluff it because you don't need fluff in the real life.
Yeah.
She's like, I mean, you can, but she's like, just make it good. 100% every single time. Because like, you're succinct, you back up your points, and you set your points. That's all you need.
I don't know. Yeah, I always had like huge run-on sentences whenever I would like not. I mean, like, grammatically correct, but like 4 and 5 line sentences. Like whenever I wrote like a research paper or like
I mean, I've done those too, but
yeah, but I was always I feel like what I would always do a lot is refer back to stuff. Like I would always like assume like if I was making a point about something, the reader had forgotten the point from the previous paragraph and basically like refer back to it again. So I always noticed that's what I did a lot of. So I'd have these like massively run on like long sentences that were like the whole paragraph. So yeah, I'm not a succinct writer by any stretch.
I am.
So.
And I have and sometimes I like arguing. Like I like debating people about like different things. Like, you know, we do it all the time. I do it with my friends.
Yeah.
But there are things like when I want something done, And like, well, what? Like, I'll just say no. There's no negotiation. It's done. This is how
Yeah.
we're getting it done. There's no like, oh, what? No, you
Yeah.
know. So like, I can be like, I can talk to people about things, but like when I actually want something done or I'm
Yeah.
gonna do something, like there's no negotiation. Like, just get it done.
I'm just picturing like the TV show thing in my head now. Like you give a whole speech about how you want it done, and then you turn around. There's like only one guy left standing there.
Yeah.
Everyone else just walked away.
Yeah, but that's fine. Is he gonna
Yeah.
do it my way?
Yeah.
Then go ahead. Like that's what I do at work. Like
Yeah.
at work, the lead, he got promoted. Well, he didn't get promoted. He just got linear. He applied to a different job, so he
Yeah.
didn't get promoted. And then so there's no lead now. So like people keep coming to me, and like
Mm.
basically. Like I tell him, like, oh, you're gonna have to talk to the supervisor because I'm not lead because I don't want to
Yeah.
do it. Like
Yeah.
I'll take on some things, but like I'm not gonna do it because I don't get the pay for it. Like the pay's like substantial.
Yeah.
And
That's what I started doing when I wasn't in the management position anymore. I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta
I don't know who would know the answer to that,
Yeah,
but it's not this guy.
people come to me. So like the big boss, I go, yo man, these people are coming to me, and they're like, they trust you, and I go, pay me for it. Like
Yeah.
I'll take on something. So that's what like I've been doing recently. Like I tell
Yeah.
people what to do. Well, if we do, I don't care what you want. This is how we're gonna do it. You don't like it, you talk to them and you become lead. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like a couple guys that have been there like longer than me, but they don't want the responsibility. So like just like fell downhill to me, and I'm like, look, I don't want it either. So we have a supervisor. You're gonna come ask me a question, but then do it your way. Then go do it your way. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, I think that's the problem because like, well, so like, how long have you been at this current job?
The company's 6 years. This job 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the problem when you've been like for whatever reason. I think for some people it's hard to rise up from like the ranks, and I think it just takes longer once people sort of know you in a certain role. I don't know what it is. Some people seem to like do it quickly, and some people don't do it as quickly. But I think it's a problem. Like this is the problem that Kelly's had at work, and I don't think I can talk about her upcoming job situation yet because I don't know if it's like officially announced yet, but essentially, like, I mean, she's been in her current job since she was like in her early 20s. So yeah, and she's in the same position where like people come to her all the time with like questions because she really knows like what she's doing. So people come to her with random questions all the time, but she hasn't like gotten like promoted in any way in like a long time. And I think it's like you get people just see you in whatever role you're in, and like for whatever reason don't think like to promote you, and then like other people are more just self promoters, I guess. So then they move up more quickly, whereas some people just want to do their job, and then like they don't move up as quickly.
Right.
I don't know.
I do want to move up.
Yeah.
But like and now like we don't have a lead. Like the people know I get stuff done. Like you
Yeah.
ask me to do something, like I'll get it done. It's no problem.
Yeah.
But like until you start, like other people, like if people in my department that have been there longer start coming to me for advice and asking for help and everything, and like asking what they're gonna do,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And it's not because I don't want to do the job, but like the pay is literally double
Yeah.
to do that. So like I'm not gonna do it without the pay.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I think it's just a matter of like it doesn't really it doesn't even matter what you do. It just matters what like your higher ups think you do.
Right.
And like even if you think you're doing a good job, then you know like specifically how you're doing a good job. And like I said, I just feel like you see examples all the time. Like you know, like again, like Kelly's been in the same role for a long time. I think part of it is because she was really young when she started. So I think people probably saw her as like young and immature, and like it just took a long time to like take her more seriously because she was young and immature when she started there. But like I remember it happened with my sister and her husband, like when they were just out of college. Like he graduated before she did. He got a job. He was like in the same job for like a couple of years, like without any change, and like she like within 6 months like got her first promotion because she's just, I guess, more of an outgoing like self promoter, and he's like the kind of guy that just wants to show up and do his job, and like he did his job really well, but that doesn't matter. It just matters like that people see you doing your job, you know?
Yeah, if that's what makes him happy, that's what makes him happy, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember talking around the same time because I remember having a conversation about it because Laura's sister was going through the same thing the same time he was. She worked for like a publishing company, and like she had a counterpart that did her same job, but essentially took credit for everything they did jointly, and like was making way more money than she was, and was like in line for a promotion just because he was like a self promoter. Like maybe it's kind of bullshit, but that's just how it works. Unfortunately, like if you're in any sort of profession where there's some upward mobility, I don't know. That's just what you have to do. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've met her sister, and she's not the most outgoing person.
yeah, oh, like I said, I'm sure that's probably like like Sean that we're talking about is the same way. Like he's, I couldn't really see him like going up to his boss and being like, "Hey, I'm doing all this stuff." Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Like they seem like kind of people that will work hard, but like
yeah,
Friday they get paid, so they're cool.
yeah,
I'm not that guy. Like I don't like I actually want to be in a leadership role, but I also
yeah,
want to get paid for it. Like I like people coming to me, and like there is a rule, and everybody knows this rule. And like the higher you go up, the more you get paid, the less work you do.
yeah. I feel like I'm much happier not in a leadership role. I've always I don't know I've always been someone that's sort of been put in leadership roles and I'm not bad at them, but I mean it's definitely much less stress my current job versus when I was in more of that role. I mean I guess being like a provider, like not only the doctors but like the less like APPs too, like you're always in somewhat of a leadership role because like the rest of the clinical staff like comes to you for a lot of stuff, but not directly managing people. It's like a lot less stress. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's not. Yeah, it's I'm getting to the point in my career where, I think I'm more of that Sean sort of mindset. Like, I just want to come. I just want to do my job. I don't want anyone to bother me. I want to get my paycheck at the end of the week. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's yeah. I mean, going for my MBA, I
Yeah,
don't think I'll ever have that option again.
yeah,
Yeah, like the whole thing about an MBA is management.
yeah. No, if I ever look for a new job or like a new opportunity, like I don't have any plans to do that now, but if I ever did, like I guess I would think more of that stuff. But like where I'm at now, it's just I don't know. It's just I just would rather stay under the radar, basically.
Yeah, like but I like training people, and I like giving out ideas, and I like making things run more smooth.
I used to like that stuff.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
like doing it, and I never
yeah,
really had the opportunity to do it.
yeah,
So like I want to work into that, and it'll make me, I guess once I get that opportunity, and I get some, you know, once I get that experience, like
yeah,
maybe my thinking will evolve,
yeah,
and I can hand that over to someone. Like I don't have to be that, but like just to make myself feel better, like I want a more important role.
yeah. You're just all young and idealistic.
Yeah, I know.
Once
So young.
once you get in your mid-30s, it's rough.
Ah,
Yeah, it all goes downhill. I don't know. Somebody posted online. There's a Build-A-Bear thing this week. It's like you pay your age for the for like the Build-A-Bear. So I guess it's to bring little kids in and stuff. But she's like in her late 30s, so I just had to comment on her post like, "Oh, I think you'd pay more though if you went there." I don't know,
yeah.
but
So that's like kind of ageist, right?
yeah,
What if a 7-year-old man wants to build a
he's
bear?
paying a shit ton for that.
Yeah, no.
Build-A-Bear.
He's like, what? They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we have a cap. It's 60.
Yeah.
But like if you're paying your age, like me at this point, like a build a bear is what, $20?
So no, they go.
I would get the heart. I would get like
Yeah.
the sword. I would get the
Yeah.
extra clothes. I'd be good.
I think they go from like 20 to like 35 for the base bear before you add the stuff to it.
Oh, then I would
So-
definitely get the heart and the
Yeah.
voice box. I would
Yeah.
record it like, Jay, I love you. Someone says it.
Yeah.
And then like a cool like maybe like a medieval or something like a
Yeah.
a sword or something or a dagger or a gun. I don't know. I haven't been to build a bear in like 10 years. So.
No, the last time we went, Allie got a bear and then got like 10 other things. Her thing was like $70 at the end. And Sam got a dinosaur and just wanted the dinosaur.
Yeah.
His was like, I think his was like $25 total.
Yeah, I think like at this point too, like if you went with Sam and Allison and
Yeah.
like Allison would get real mad, like why is mine more than his?
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're 7,
Yeah.
he's 3.
Yeah. We probably shouldn't take her there in her current paranoid state.
Yeah, if
So.
imagine if it was like months, like you pay by months,
Yeah.
how old you are.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy was like 70. He'd be just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that like? 780 months.
Yeah. No, more than that if he's 70, right?
What's 7
No,
times
is it?
12?
No, you might be right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Something like
What's
that.
7 times 12?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah.
960.
84.
Not 84.
7 times 10 would be 70.
Yeah.
77, 84.
Yeah,
So $840.
yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. There's the other thing I forgot to talk about. So people have to like our stuff on the YouTubes because Allison's new thing. Well, first off, she looked on YouTube. She looked on YouTube the other day and she looked up one of our videos. Then she was like, "You guys only have six subscribers," and it was like just made fun of me the rest of the day. They only had 6 subscribers, and then
How many does she have?
none.
Loser.
And then when she gets mad at me now, she dislikes one of our videos. so people need to go and counteract her dislikes.
Please, please.
So I don't know. I mean, thank God she doesn't spell that well yet. 'Cause she'd be probably leaving nasty comments on her.
Yeah,
videos.
these guys suck.
Yeah.
They're creeps.
Assholes.
Yeah. You gotta start every time she dislikes it. Just break a finger.
Yeah.
She's young and they're small. They'll heal real quick.
Yeah.
Like they'll heal by the time you get the appointment to the specialist.
Nobody will even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's probably all I talk about.
What about blueberry picking?
Oh yeah, blueberry picking. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did stuff.
Is
this
that
weekend.
the you went with your second wife, right?
I don't know how to answer that. But yeah, so we went with Mary from work.
Yeah, your second wife.
I don't know. So she so she brought her kids, which is just funny because her son's like 6 months older than Sam, and Sam's like bigger than him.
Allison's 4 years older than Sam, and Sam's bigger than her.
Sam's about to be bigger than her.
So it's really not that
Yeah.
big of a deal.
But
You know who Sam will never be bigger than?
yeah,
Me.
I don't know, man. I really think he got some tall in there somewhere.
Yeah. Nah, I met both the parents.
No, but so Laura has a cousin that's like 6'9" or something.
For a Cuban or
No, he's not on the Cuban side.
okay, because I
Yeah.
was just saying that's the
Yeah,
tallest
he'd be the biggest Cuban
Latino.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like he'd be in like the Latino Hall of Fame.
yeah. But yeah. So I just wonder if he got some of that, and like both of our dads are tall or like 6 foot. So there's a lot of other tallness in there, but yeah. So it was pretty interesting. We went to Lynn Villa. So I never been there, like not during pumpkin season.
I've never been there. I hear it's nice.
It's pretty nice. It might be interesting to go there like sometime in the like spring or summer, like not during the fall, when they'll be because like when we went last year for like pumpkin picking stuff, it was ridiculous.
I'm a Johnson's Farm guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Johnson's Farm's down the street.
Part of the problem was, so I'd only been there like once before, and I went early in the morning, and it was like nice, and then by the time I was leaving, it was like super crowded, and like I guess like me and Kelly must have gone the year before. I don't really remember, but we definitely went last year, and she was like insistent, like we'll go like around like noon or 1, and I was like, I don't know. The time I went there before, it looked like crazy packed around noon or 1. And then she was like insistent, like, no, I always went with my friends like around that time, and it was fine. I'm pretty sure
That's because they don't get up till 11:30.
Yeah, but as far as like how crowded it was, I'm pretty sure she must have always just gone during 1 o'clock Eagles games because we went there at like 1, and you couldn't even move.
No,
We
it's that
we
bad.
picked a pumpkin and like got the hell out of there. It was like a total waste of our time because it was so overcrowded.
Do you do what my dad used to do?
What's that?
He used to get pumpkins from Walmart, and I've heard this from a different bunch of parents. It's a true story on my side.
Yeah.
He used to get the pumpkins from Walmart.
Yeah.
We used to go to Johnson's Farm, pumpkin pick them.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go get a donut. They're gonna load it in the car. And you pop the trunk when you get home. You get 2 pumpkins. They don't look anything like the fucking pumpkins we picked. You know?
Smart.
Yeah, like they'd have like the green and the white pumpkins growing there. And
Yeah.
like I pick up a green one. He'd be like, shit.
Yeah.
You ain't allowed to get the green one. You know, no colors in the house. Like, come on,
Smart.
Dad. I want the green one.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta buy this green one. He'd throw a pumpkin on the street, the green and orange one.
Yeah.
Because pumpkins at Walmart are 79 cents.
Exactly.
Pumpkins at Johnson's Farm are $17.
Yeah.
But they get you with the apple cider, the fresh apple cider, and then the fresh apple cider donuts.
Yeah.
And like, oh shit. And you eat it. You're like, let me get 16 apple cider donuts. You eat like 4 right there on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we did. That's what we did on Saturday.
Yeah, and they smell so good. They're covered in the cinnamon sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
the best.
but yeah, it was. But I don't know. I would advise going there like sometime soonish, like when it's not a day that's not too hot, because it's pretty cool. Because essentially you walked up, you paid for like just picking like of like whatever you're gonna pick, and it was like $5 a person, and you got like a token for $5, which then at the end you use towards whatever you picked. Um, and then you basically stood in line, and then trucks would pull up. So you're basically like a Mexican,
Trucks or
like
tractors?
like sort of in
Johnson's
between.
Farms a
Yeah,
tractor with like
yeah,
benches in the back.
yeah.
Like
That's
drag it.
yeah, that's like what it is.
Yeah.
But you're basically like working the field. Like a tractor will pull up and be like, and just be like, anyone picking peaches or raspberries, you come with me,
Yeah.
and they drop you off at the peach orchard or the raspberry field. And the next truck will be like, be like, anyone picking blueberries, come with me, and then you get on and they drop you off at the blueberries.
Did I ever tell you the time I went cherry picking?
Yeah,
I went cherry picking, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, don't eat the cherries, there's pesticide. So,
Yeah.
I'll just wipe this pesticide on my shirt, right?
Yeah.
So I had this big old bleach stain on my shirt by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like after the sun, like between the sun and the
Yeah.
sweat, the shirt was destroyed. And I ate like a pound and a half of cherries.
yeah,
I was sick for like 2 days. And
yeah.
then
Probably.
my ex, she called and she's like, hey, if someone ate like some of those cherries, oh yeah, they'll be sick for a couple days.
Yeah.
So I had to eat like $10 worth of cherries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was terrible. But other than that, like it's pretty good.
Well, say cherry picking there. We actually wanted to do that next. Was maybe our next thing we were gonna do to get back there. But like it was pretty cool. Like we got on, and then it was funny. I don't know. I there's always funny Sam things with like his matter of fact thing because so Adam, Mary's son, was like complaining about walking. So we're like, Sam, carry Adam. And he goes, okay. And he goes over and tries to pick him up for like a couple seconds, and he's like, I can't pick him up. And we're like, okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because like he never thinks it's a joke. He's always like, okay.
Yeah. He's
He always tries.
what's it called? The picking stuff.
Yeah.
It's great. You're right. It's the greatest scam in the world.
Yeah.
Like get on this thing,
Yeah.
go pick that over there, and
Yeah.
then pay for it. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Like,
Sam's really Drax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like takes everything literally.
that's fine.
um,
Like just as long as it's not like he doesn't take like just, like someone's like stick it up your ass, and he's like, oh, all right, and there's fucking shoe up his
yeah.
ass.
Well, he doesn't do it every time. He just takes everything literally. He'd probably be like, no, I don't want to put anything on my ass. um, but yeah. So but no, it was cool. So then we went. Blueberry picking was very short lived.
Saturday was beautiful.
Yeah, it was super nice out. But I don't know, like I mean, Sam and Adam did it for a little bit. I think Sam picked more than Adam did, but they both didn't do it for that long. And then Mary is like a little kid that's like about a year old. Avery was there, and she just kept picking on. She had just kept eating green berries that were like not ripe yet, and getting yelled at. And then
That diaper is going to be terrible.
yeah. and then Allie was like the farm worker. She had like a whole basket full of blueberries.
Oh, I thought she was gonna get like real conspiracy. Like these blueberries are covered in this white pesticide. They're trying to change your brain chemicals.
That's probably what she was thinking.
Yeah.
But she had a whole big thing. And then when we like went back, we so it was $30 for the 6 adults and like older than 1 children. So we paid $30. So we had $30 worth of credit towards the blueberries. We only picked $13 worth of blueberries.
Nice.
About probably $8 were Allison's like batch. And
Oh,
then
you only picked 13?
we only picked $13 worth
So
of
you
blueberries.
lost $17?
So they give you the tokens back to use for future picking endeavors.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, but that was sort of how quickly we were over it. That we didn't even pick our $5 each of blueberries.
Yeah, I mean like cherries, $5 in cherries, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
$5 in pumpkin, no problem.
Yeah, that's like a quarter
Like,
of a pumpkin.
Yeah, like blueberries.
Yeah.
If you have $30 worth of blueberries, you better love blueberries.
Yeah. And then it was funny. I guess it wasn't funny at first, but the aftermath was funny. So then we like ate something. Then the kids were gonna play like they have like a big playground there. So then Sam, Allie, and Adam like ran ahead, and we were like gonna catch up to them. And like we found Sam and Allie right away, and we didn't see Adam. So then Mary was like, "Oh," I thought it was such a weird thing to say. But Mary was like, "Oh, in like a big playground like this, Adam usually will find a wooden structure to go into and then stay there. And I was like, okay. And then
That's very like
yeah,
that's very exact.
yeah. So then I was just playing with Sam. I didn't really think anything of it because I figured he would turn up like pretty soon. And then like a few minutes later, Mary was like a little freaked out. She's like, I still haven't found Adam. I'm like, okay, let me and Mary look for, or me and Sam will look for him. So I'm like, okay, Sam's gonna find Adam. He's like, okay.
Adam!
So then there was a big wooden house. So I'm like, Sam, let's look in the big wooden structure. He's like, okay. So like we walk in and like I didn't see him at first. Then I just hear Adam's little voice, Sam. And I was like, oh, there he's in the big wooden structure. Why didn't she look here first?
Yeah.
She knew where he would be.
Yeah, that's like, what would you like for breakfast? A strawberry toaster pastry. Like like well, what?
But like he was literally exactly where she said he would be. And he was just sitting there. He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
He just sat in the wooden house.
Like a weird witch, like a
Yeah.
like possessed witch.
I don't know why.
Yeah, head down, like staring at his shoes.
I don't know. I guess like I just wonder if maybe she like told him at some point like, oh, if you ever get lost, like go in something like
Go
that.
into a wooden structure.
Go to a wooden structure.
Yeah.
Exactly
The
where it
sheer
was.
strength alone will protect you from hurricanes.
So and then he was fine. And then like Mary came over and yelled at him, and then everybody was fine. But I
Yeah.
was like he was like right where you said he would be. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I don't know. Oh, there's one person at work that totally doesn't get my humor. I like told that story at work, and then she was just like very concerned that we had lost Adam. Or I'm like no, but like we found it was fine. It was like a funny story. Yeah.
She starts sweating for you, like
I don't
maybe
know.
she's like Drax the Destroyer.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I told a story about Kelly being like crazy the other day.
She's she's like calling Dyfus on you guys, like they're losing children.
Yeah, no, I told the story. I think I said that. I think I told on the other podcast about Kelly saying to Sam about like if I was real funny at his graduation, which I thought was a funny story.
For a second, I was like, the other podcast. You have another podcast?
Yeah. So yeah, but I think I told that story in the like one of
Yeah,
the last two
yeah,
podcasts.
about her interrogating Sam about being funny.
Yeah, and I told that story to the same person. She's basically like, "Oh, I don't know why she'd be so like jealous about it." I'm like, "No, it's like funny. Like I'm not like it's funny. Like get it."
I just think you should stop talking to that person.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Like she couldn't I don't think she could see stand up comedy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He smoked crack with a cat. Like
Yeah.
like no, it's never mind.
Yeah. So yeah, so that and then there's a lot of swimming. So I'm real tan now.
I didn't tan. Oh, because I'm going bald and shit like that.
Yeah.
I was at this arts and crafts
You
festival.
gotta
in
spray the top of your
Haddonfield.
head.
Yeah. So we get to the Subaru booth, and Subaru had like a pet bandana.
Yeah.
It's just a half a bandana. I go, hey, can I get a bandana? He's like, yeah, what, for your dog? And I like just put it on like my head.
Yeah.
Because I remember your dad yelling at me one time, and I go, I got sunburn on my head. He's like, you ever go in the woods? And I'm like, yeah, I love hiking and camping. He's like, you ever notice how the sunlight goes past to the ground through the trees? And I go, yeah. He goes, same thing with your hair, you fucking idiot. and like I never had to deal with it before that. And I go, oh, okay. And then you look at him and like he has the same like baldness as I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just have this, and I've had this since I was a kid. My hairline just really far back. I have like the real like the Stephen Delane like
You
real
got-
giant far back.
We call it
forehead.
pulling a Carmen.
Yeah. So I got sunburn up there is the problem. It's
Yeah.
like a little sore right now.
Real quick before we go, I heard people walking through the house because they're viewing the house,
Yeah.
and I was hoping that the people would actually walk into the bedroom while we were podcasting.
Because then we'd have them on the podcast.
Yeah, it would make them feel real
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it for this week's Whole Week Costa. Thanks for listening.